Okay, so we have to divide a bigger shape into smaller ones. So if we look at number 1, we're going to divide the shape into 2 different shapes. Okay? So I would cut it right here and create a rectangle, which we're going to draw, and a right triangle. Okay? How does separating an irregular figure, composite figure, into various geometric figures help you calculate the perimeter and area of an irregular figure? Makes it easier. We know that how to find the area or perimeter of a specific kind of shape. So it breaks it into 2 realms of knowledge that we know. Okay? I'm not going to write all that down because this is very individual. Calculate the perimeter and area of the geometric figures shown in the composite figure. Round to the nearest tenth. Show your work. Now, I know we've talked about trapezoids and how to find the area of them, okay? But we do not know the perimeter of this unless we break it into different parts. So let's find the perimeter first, okay? I know this top part right here is 13.4 meters, correct? Okay, because the top and bottom are going to be the same. So here's the hard part. I don't know this slanted part of my trapezoid. So I'm going to break it into a triangle where I know the bottom is 10. I know the side length is 12.5. I know it's a right triangle, so what am I going to use in order to find it?
Pythagorean theorem.
Pythagorean theorem. So I'm going to go 10 squared plus 12.5 squared equals, let's call it x. X squared. So I'm simply going to put this in my calculator. 10 squared gives me 100. 12.5 squared gives me 156.25 equals x squared. I'm going to add them together. And I get 256.25 equals x squared, and then I'm going to take the square root, giving me approximately 16.01 we'll round to. It's x. Okay. So if this is 16.01, I should be able to, and I'm going to show all my work for this one just to make it clear. My perimeter is 13.4 plus 12.5 plus 13.4 plus 10 plus 16.01. So I'm adding them all into my calculator right now.
Bless you.
Did you guys get 65.31 meters?
Yes.
That's my perimeter. I'm just going to say P for perimeter. Okay, let's find our area. We know this is a trapezoid, okay? So 13.4 plus 10 is 23.4. So I'm going to take base 1, 23.4, plus base 2, 13.4, times the height, 12.5. And I'm going to divide that whole thing by 2. So if you don't want to put the parentheses there, just make sure you do each part. 23.4 plus 13.4, hit the equal sign, then times it by 12.5, then divide it by 2. Did you guys get 230 meters squared? Because we're talking about area. Remember perimeter, like when we just say meters, it means like in a straight line. When we say area, it fills it all up. Okay. This is 230 meters, yes. Make sure you're checking my arithmetic that I didn't put in my calculator correctly.
I checked it.
Thank you, Gary. All right. We're going to count. Any questions before I move on from that part? That was our first real problem. Yes, Matt. Okay. So I went around the outside for that perimeter. So look, it's like I'm taking a walk. 10, 13.4, 12.5, 13.4, 16.1. that make sense? Perimeter is like walking around the outside.
Oh, wait. How do you find the area?
Okay, remember when we found the area of trapezoids doing that whole thing? So it's base 1 plus base 2, but you have to add these together to get your base. This is the whole thing. Base 1 plus base 2 times height divided by 2. Josh?
Yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
Simone? Mind your business. Okay. We're not going to calculate the perimeter of this next one. We're just going to worry about the area, so you can cross that out. We're going to find the area of the shaded region. So let's problem solve first. How are we going to do this, besides me just telling you how to do it? What do we need? Yes, Cheyenne. Find the area of the two circles. Okay, let's do that first. So if the diameter of the circle, do we agree the diameter is 10.5?
Yeah.
So what would the radius be?
5.25.
Okay, so what is the area of a circle? So it's going to be pi 5.25 squared, right? And what do we get? Because I don't have a pi button on my calculator.
86.59.
86.59.
I got it.
3.86.59. 3.14 is not as accurate, because it cuts the decimal off, which is why we want to use pi in math as much as possible. Because, it's like 3.141519, blah, 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 blah.
1592654. That's all I remember.
Yeah, so don't want to type that in every time. That's why there's a pi button on your calculator. Okay,
Why
that's
is there one
for,
on your calculator?
so I took the diameter, which is 10.5, and cut it in half. Okay, so how many circles do I have? So I need to multiply this by 2, and what do I get? What number?
Divide
173.18.
173.18. That's for 2 circles. But that's not my shaded region. What else do I need to do? Anybody have any ideas? Yes, Michelle?
Would you find the area of the rectangle and minus?
You would. That sounds like a great plan. So the area of the whole rectangle, so it's 10.5 times 21, length times width, right? Base times height, whatever you want to call it. Giving us 220.5. And then what do we do?
Minus the side.
Yeah, then we take 220.5 minus 173.18, and I get 47.32 centimeters squared. Perfect. This is the area of the shaded region. Okay. Number 5. I would like you to, yes.
I won't get any of this.
I have the diameter right here on the side, 10.5. I know the circle goes from the top to the bottom. Okay, so that's the diameter. So I took it in half, giving me the radius is 5.25. Yes.
I don't get any of this.
Okay, Simone, so let me talk you through it. I want to find the dark part, the shaded region. Okay, so I'm going to find the area of the whole rectangle, which is right here.
Okay.
Okay, and then I'm going to subtract the area of the 2 circles. And that gives me the rest. So, shh, Josh, pull it together.
Wait, it's so funny.
Who knows? Okay, so if you can't pull it together, you need to step out in the hall. I'm not going to
Sorry,
do this.
I'm alright.
The area of the whole triangle, and then it's like we took out the area of the circles. So we subtracted it to find just this part on the outside. Okay? I want you to use that same theory and find the area of the shaded region on your own, and then we'll go over the answer together of this last one. Josh, try this problem.
I'm alright.
We still have to do like the pie.
Is there a circle? Then no. Let me take it to coming, Cheyenne. Give me 1 second. Try this one if you're struggling, let me know.
Oh my gosh.
Are you trying this problem?
No,
Let's focus.
I'm
Trying this problem. Area of the shaded region uses.
But I feel like it's too easy.
Yes, they are. They are so much fun.
They've actually tried the problem.
But I have tried. I've erased it. It's not right. That was just it.
It's okay to write it down.
She said class, people in class.
Exactly 1 more minute, guys. We're going over the answers. If you're struggling, let me know.
No.
Stop playing. Set your table.
Stop.
Fat sausage finger to get.
All right, guys. I need your attention. Be nice to each other.
Someone keep touching me.
You gotta stop. Okay, I need your attention in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Silent llamas. Okay, so we're gonna find the area of the whole thing. So we go 15 times 15, which gives us 225. That's the area of everything, right? Millimeters squared. And then let's find the area of the inside. We get 5 times 5, 25 millimeters squared. And then we're just going 225 minus 25, giving us 200 millimeters squared. If you found them in different orders, that's fine. Any
That's all you
questions
do?
about this? Because then we're going to work on classwork.
That's all you do. Don't you mean homework?
Okay, turn it over. We're going to do this group assignment in class. You can do it individually if you choose, but I need you to listen so that you can get all of your questions answered. Thank you, Simone. The front of a garage needs to be painted. The total area, except for the door, this is the door right here, will be painted. The door is 1.5 meters high and 2 meters wide. How many square meters of paint will be needed? If a can of paint covers 2.5 meters squared, how many cans will be needed? So once you find out this area, you can answer this question. You can't do B without knowing A. A can of paint costs $24.50. How much will it cost to paint the garage? I'm going to tell you this right now. Excuse me. I'm going to tell you this right now about B. They will not, my husband works at a paint store. They will not sell you half a can of paint. So you got to round up. Okay? Joe needs to replace the carpet in his living room and hallway with a laminate flooring. I don't know why, but that's what he needs to do.
What's the laminate?
It's like plastic.
That's weird, but okay.
Most people have it in your house. Like, I have it in my house, in my kitchen. I would rather it be tile or wood, but that's a whole other story. Okay, are we focusing? Okay. A floor plan is shown below. So this is his floor, hallway, and living room. What is the total area of floor that needs to be covered? So you're going to have to find this total area. Each box of laminate flooring contains 2.15 meters square of flooring material. How many boxes does he need to buy? If one box costs $42.60, how much will the flooring material cost? All right, here's a tricky one. If Joe gets a coupon of 20% off, how much would the flooring materials cost? Shouldn't be that tricky if you remember how to do 20% percentages.
No.
Okay, last problem. The school athletic director wants to seed the field, and replace the fence around it. The field is shown at the right. How many meters of fencing will he need to purchase? So we're finding what if we're finding fencing? Not area, but perimeter. How many square meters will he need to seed? What's that? Perimeter or area? Area. If seeding costs $1.45 per square meter and fencing costs $23.50 per meter, how much money will it cost to seed the field and put a new fence on? Okay, you can work together. This is due on Monday, as well as your homework. Okay, your homework should be even easier than this. You're just taking these irregular shapes, okay, and making them into shapes that you know how to find the area of. We've done some of the shaded ones, so we know how to do that. We find the area of the total, then the area of the non-shaded parts, and subtract. Okay.
This is a lot of work.
All right. So we've got classwork that we're doing right now. Then you can work on homework.
Miss Murphy, you know what's good?
What's good, Simone?